hopefully that should be it. So, I just had to get my self-promo out there. But, hello everybody, it's me, Varia the ViridianGhost. Thank you for coming to my stream today. I will be just going ahead and drawing out this little guy for today. So, this is a celebratory little chibi. So I used to do these every time I hit a milestone back in like Bluesky, but I just haven't really gotten around to drawing too many just because I was just hitting a state where I was getting really tired. But right now here's just like a little gesture, so more of a scribble rather than a gesture, but a doodle, if you will. But yeah, I just I'm not really done with sketching this guy out, so I want to get some of his proportions looking a little bit better. So yeah, and actually make the eyes a bit wider, or not wider, but actually make them less wide. And make the space between them a bit wider, so it kind of felt like they were a little too close to each other, but yeah. But yeah, I was just really struggling to get a piece out this morning because it's just one of those times where you're just super duper tired when you wake up. Which is kind of funny because I basically slept. As soon as I got home yesterday, I basically slept for until maybe like 8. So probably like yeah, basically I slept all day yesterday, excluding work. Then I slept pretty much a full 8 hours last night, so yeah, I've just been lethargic lately. That's I think that's the best I can really say. So yeah, that's why I kind of had a hard time getting started this morning. I did actually have an idea of what I wanted to do today, but I just wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a chibi, but I figured it's something I can handle. Yeah, I actually was half considering doing Blender on stream, like some 3D modeling. I guess not really any serious 3D modeling, but I wanted to. I think on Tuesday night I was actually like kind of just putting some like a basis for I was putting down planes and just kind of like shaping them around just to get an idea of how I wanted to do the hair. So, I have a general idea of what my hairstyle should look like. You see it right here, but I find doing the hair to be quite the struggle in Blender, so that's why I was plotting it out. Plus, I figure it would be a lot more it'd be more complicated than what you see here, just because it's a higher poly model, like quite a bit higher poly. I'm not sure, I don't remember how high poly my character is. Maybe like 7,000 polygons. He's not. So. My character obviously isn't super low poly, but admittedly I think the hat takes up a lot of them, so different parts of the body. But yeah, the one I'm working on right now is definitely a lot more complicated, so I don't want it to be too high, of course, but I do want the details. But yeah, I always struggle with hair, so that's why I was kind of messing around with it. I'm not sure if I want to give curves another chance or not. I'm just not really a big fan. Just every single method to making hair seems to be a big struggle for me, so you're probably going to hear me complain a bit about that. But yeah. Part of me is a little bit tempted to work on it a bit more today, but I do still need to come up with proper concepts for the DTYS, because I'm going to do that next week. So wish me luck there. Okay. So I need to mark out the ends of the coat here properly. So okay, yeah, I just figured it probably should be a bit higher up. But yeah, wish me luck on the Varia 2.0 or 3.0. Not really sure what 0.0 he should be counted as, because I had the V-Ride model for a good while. So okay, which I made almost a year ago, I think. I know it's been a while since I know I kept that for a while because I just meant it as a placeholder, but I was struggling with the new technology. But yeah, I might not be working on a 2.5 for a little while, because I still gotta deal with because I have all my plans for this February. But yeah. Okay. Also, I just remembered that I still need to wrap up my mom's present somehow. Either wrap it up or get it a little back. Oh, thank you for the alert, little red devil. Or red. I appreciate it. Okay. But yeah, so probably just had to look into one of the gift bags. But yeah. I don't know if I said this earlier, but it's kind of crazy how fast January moved by for me. Or I'm not sure if other people feel it. But yeah, really like flashed by. Still kind of feels like still feels like early January to me, I guess. So. But yeah, on one bright side though, you know, hopefully spring will just come a bit closer, because this cold weather is quite difficult. Of course, I no longer work outside, so it's easier in that aspect. I think I mentioned it a good few times, but for anyone who doesn't know, I used to push carts outside, and I've did that for like many years, so winter would be a really tough time, because pushing carts through snow is kind of just a nightmare. Plus the cold too, but the cold, I feel like I can handle the cold alright for the most part, but I don't know, with how cold it has been lately, it's just, I'm not sure if I would have been able to handle it. I think one year I worked in weather that was like -30 though, so yeah. It's been a while since there's been like a polar vortex like that, hasn't it? But yeah, I'm basically I'm glad I'm not working out there. Not working out there this year. Okay. But yeah, the main issue with winter for me is just all the snow, because that makes the job like way more difficult. It's really hard to like push cars through snow, and then often the crowds don't really let up, so you're just kind of having, so your garage kind of gets, basically the garage where you put all the carts, that basically runs out before you can refill it, and that's a nightmare to deal with and all that. So, and you got, and I generally had to like scrape up, since I was the opener, I had to, you know, I had to like shovel the sidewalks, which was really annoying, and yeah. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, sorry, I don't have much to say. Not much has really happened the past 2 days, I don't think. I did my Monster Hunter stream, so there's that, but as I said before, I was like I was pretty much conked out for the full day. Also, I just realized that these sleeves are too high. Dang it. Yeah, it's just been a tiny bit since I've drawn my character, so. But yeah, usually there's the hand right here, and his glove goes down a little bit, so. Yeah, and then the sleeves, they kind of, they end around here. Sorry, I feel like my voice is really gravelly today. Not really sure why. Okay. So let's flip the canvas. Okay, it's not too bad, I don't think. Let's mark out the inner coat. So I'm just kind of putting hashing behind it right now. Okay. Also, I actually felt really hot this morning. It's kind of crazy because it's like super cold outside. But yeah, this year my room has been like very, very warm. So it's just kind of a weird feeling. I think my room is usually a bit colder than the rest of the house. But yeah, definitely not this year. Also, I guess one thing to say is, like, you know, try to make a little prayer about the Wi-Fi. At least, like, the Wi-Fi isn't too bad. So please, please, let it be good Wi-Fi today. Yep. Yeah, I'm probably gonna aim for today's stream only being a few hours. Of course, maybe it just depends on how long this little guy takes, but yeah. These chibis don't usually take too long. But I think if I like really push myself, I can actually get one done in like a couple of hours, but of course I would probably be excluding things like shading and whatnot, but that doesn't always hurt to have a less shading though, especially with a super simple style like this. But yeah. I guess in one way I can just consider it practice for a Tuesday, because I'm going to be doing a lottery for any viewers in chat in case they want to get like a little, or like specifically for not viewers but followers. See if they can get themselves a little chibi. Yeah, I should probably advertise that a little harder this weekend. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in my throat. Okay. I guess one thing that I did do on Thursday is that since the car is still down, I had to be picked up by my grandmother. But we stopped by a hardware store and well, one of those big box outdoorsy stores. Just because she needed to pick up a broom, but you know, I kind of looked around the seat section a little bit, and she was nice enough to get me a packet of seeds, which is nice. So yeah, I've some delphinium seeds just kind of sitting around, and it's basically a multi-mix, so because hopefully I'm still able to get like something of a flower bed done, but yeah, I would like to get some of these. I do want delphiniums planted, so yeah. I still would also like my butterfly bush too, so but I think I'm gonna order that as a slightly pre-grown plant rather than as seeds. Those seeds would usually be a bit cheaper, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just maybe a smidge worried about things like money, because usually starting up a patch can be or like getting dirt and compost and stuff, that can get a little bit pricier, unfortunately. But I think the big thing I'm worried about is maybe the rose bush, because I kind of wanted to do that, but I feel like that's going to be the most strenuous thing. Basically, I wanted like a tea rose. Tea roses are sort of like those classic looking roses, because the wild variety of rose is actually quite different, believe it or not. Okay, but yeah. No ways of making the scalp a little bit, or the hair a little bit fluffier looking, just because I felt like it was a little too flat. Okay, so we got kind of a rough looking sketch here, but everything should be more so in place. I'm actually going to make the lining here. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna draw out the little stars. I also looked through my gardening encyclopedia a bit. I don't know, just was trying to look at blue flowers just because some like random person online had a blue plant that they didn't know, and I was just like kind of curious of what I could guess, but yeah, I don't really have a solid idea for anything. But yeah, I think I was just watching a video of like some guy talking about like scams, like seed scams. Like basically there were like definitely a few items, but I think the big thing that was kind of featured was the blue sunflowers, because there's no such thing as blue sunflowers. But yeah, made me think a bit. But I think one thing that kind of felt a little bit weird was just I was reading through a comment section, and I felt like people were kind of making it seem like blue flowers in general were rare, but I'm not sure if that's the actual conversation. I know that blue is rare in nature, but yeah, there's still like a decent amount of blue flowers. It's just flowers like sunflowers or marigolds, they don't produce blue at all, or blue roses too. But yeah, like flowers in general though, there's definitely like blue plant. There's blue stuff out there. But yeah, my personal guess was forget-me-nots, but yeah, I could be very wrong in that. Speaking of forget-me-nots, those were one of the flowers I wanted to grow, but I need to find seeds for that. That was actually what the kind of seeds I was kind of looking for yesterday, but I couldn't find anything there, so uh-oh. I'll probably be fine. I still need to get some more seeds online anyway, so yeah. I do have plenty of bachelor buttons though, so thinking out, yeah, I'm definitely planning on growing those too. Those attract a lot of like predatory insects, which I want. Since the predatory insects, you know, they eat the pest bugs. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I wanted a geranium or two, so because I kind of like had this weird idea, just since apparently geraniums can like paralyze not bachelor beetles, Japanese beetles, which are like a major pest around here. Basically I would have the bachelor buttons next to the geranium, and hopefully the predatory insects will find all these like stunned beetles and maybe, you know, just help themselves to a little beetle snack, you know? I think it might be better to get one of those beetle bags though, because apparently there's these bags that they sell that can attract a bunch of Japanese beetles and they kind of like drown in there, so maybe I can like throw their bodies into the compost pile, who knows. But yeah, I feel like that would probably be more useful. Okay. I think I'm gonna use this as the final sketch. So I'm gonna move on to line art. Here we go. But yeah, to any potential chatters who aren't just trying to lurk, do you guys have a preferred flower or preferred plant to grow? I think I also mentioned last art stream that was kind of being tempted by houseplants, but I really don't need another houseplant. But yeah, there is a pothos in the store I work at that's been a bit tempting. You know, it's a variegated one. I think I always liked variegated plants, but apparently they've become like very trendy over the past few years. I actually got into houseplants a bit before 2020 because apparently houseplants really blew up in popularity in 2020, but I think they might have been a growing trend a little bit before that as well. I don't know. I used to like to think that I was a bit more unique, but I kind of started realizing that that stuff that I thought was like types of content or genres and of like YouTube video, I kind of started to realize that I would find them when they would start to blow up in general, so yeah. I'm over it though, it's not really that big of a deal. But anyways, let's just go ahead and work on the face here. Okay. Okay. I think I still need to kind of find more places to self-promote for the VGen stuff, because I still need money. But yeah, I feel like maybe spreading my nets a bit more might be better rather than just hassling everyone on Bluesky over and over. Okay. But yeah, it's just me. I am still waiting to get verified though, but because I finally like hit the requirements, so that was actually the big goal of my Yep, ViridianGhost. Yep. Hello, Dream. I hope your day's going well. Yeah, I'm making a celebratory chibi for both my anniversary and also for hitting 1K on Bluesky. So finally managed to hit that milestone. But yeah, how's your day going, by the way? Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, otherwise my day has been kind of or like my general week has just been kind of here and there. It's been a mix of good things and bad things, but yeah, earlier I was just talking about plants too, so yeah. Just starting, haha, I see. Yeah. It took me a long time to actually get kind of to get alert, to be honest. So I only like managed to finish this chibi by like almost noon, or at least like not finished, of course, but get like a decent sketch done So yeah, it's just very sluggish this morning. Yeah, I actually like slept for like all of afternoon and evening yesterday, and then kind of like slept a bunch last night, of course. So I was very tired these past couple of days. Don't know if part of it's the weather or if I just somehow managed to screw up my sleep schedule again. But yeah, I hope you're able to make good progress on whatever you're doing. Yeah, sort of just had a cereal and stuff. Also, I think this line right here is way too thick for me, so I'm gonna thin it out. Usually I like to do some thick lines, it's just this right here is a little overwhelming. Okay. So yeah, I thinned that out. It would probably help to make thick lines in other spaces too, so I imagine generally the top of the head here would be a lot thicker because, you know, it's a area that I want people's eyes to be drawn towards. But yeah, so since Stream just showed up, I actually got some seeds for delphiniums yesterday, so a bit excited about that, but of course it's still I think it's still way too soon to actually start planting things, or like planting most things. Though I heard somewhere that I might need to start planting some of my morning glories, because apparently they need to start a bit earlier. Also, hello Baptistar, I hope your day is going well. Also, just a fair warning to everyone, there's going to be an ad break in like less than 3 minutes, so unfortunately. But yeah, I hope your day has been going well for you too. I'm just doing my little chibi right here, trying to make them all nice and cute. But yeah, I am preparing for my anniversary stuff next week, so still haven't really figured out my DTIYS yet, but I should try to do that after stream. Maybe even on stream, but probably not. But yeah, I'm thinking that today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter. Like maybe 3 hours, but that kind of depends on how long the chibi takes, so. These chibis usually take 3 to 4 hours, so yeah. Also, thank you for the lurk, Aoi, or Lance, sorry. And yeah. Okay. And thank you for the lurk, Dream. Okay. But yeah, I think pretty sure that my actual anniversary is on the Wednesday of next week, so not really sure what I'm gonna do for gaming yet, but we'll have to see. Not sure if I should play more Monster Hunter or not. Okay, so I just filled that line up real quick. Either more Monster Hunter or Elden Ring, or I can try out a new game again. I don't know, I don't really have any short games to play, so. Or I'm not very good at like looking out for short games, so. We'll have to see. But yeah, I also might try to start earlier that day too, so. I mean, I'm trying to like inch my streams to be a bit earlier on Wednesdays, but also thank you for, or hello, Shinobi Neon. Thank you for hanging out today. Oh yeah, sorry. Like, took me a second, but thanks for showing up, and also the ads are hitting right now, so sorry about that. But how's your day going? Probably have to wait to respond to that once the ads hit. Right now I'm just doing my little chibi right here. I'm doing the line art, so. Sometimes I do chibis on my stream, but also a lot of the time I actually like to do sort of like paint, more like digital paintings, so probably gonna get back to that like maybe this or like next week, but yeah. I'm sick and extremely cold outside, uh-oh. So I'm just staying inside to try to get better. I see. Yeah, I hope it passes by quickly. Yeah, I think you might have mentioned that you were starting to feel sick when I rated you, and there's the ads. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'll just drop a message in here. Is everyone stuck behind the ad wall? Okay. Yeah, usually I take a break on the ad breaks, but since it's the first one, I usually stick around. Okay. Oops, dang it. That's not what I meant. Okay. Actually, it felt like I was supposed to do something during an ad break, but I'm just gonna peek at the browser real quick. There's a streamer who I have a pretty long streak with, and apparently she's doing like one stream earlier today, which I'm a little bit worried about because you know, I don't want my streak to die. She's not gonna stream on the weekend, so I'm kind of wondering. And usually the type of stream that she does today is usually a lot shorter, so I had to keep my eye out. Of course, I'd probably get a alert on Discord, but we'll have to see. But yeah. Anyways. I also have a shocking amount of people in here today, so at least according to the Twitch. So hello everybody. Of course you can't hear me because ad wall. The ad hell. Okay. Okay. So I guess I'll just keep my lines. Do my lines. Line my lines. Oh yeah, and Freerun is the new episode of Freerun should be posted today, so I gotta remember to check that out at some point. I'll probably do it later at night, because usually I'm on the computer all day. Usually I prefer to watch anime on the cell phone, so yeah. Okay. Hold on. It's gonna be the challenging one. Okay, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about the ads. You didn't miss anything. But, yeah, to Shinobi. Actually, do you prefer to be called Shinobi, or do you prefer to be called Neon, by the way, if you're still here? But yeah, I'm doing okay so far. I was really lethargic this morning, but I think I'm starting to feel a little bit more alert, so there's that. But yeah, I kind of just slept really hard yesterday and last night, so yeah, I don't think I'm sick. I'm just kind of I'm just a night owl who works a morning shift, so I'm not in particular. Most people shorten it to Shin. I see. Oh, you're not particular, sorry. But okay, I guess I can call you Shin if that's alright. But yeah, sorry to hear you're getting sick. I think you mentioned that last Wednesday, so. But yeah, it's that time of year, so. Hopefully you're able to do things that kind of ease the pain. You know, it's Usually the worst part about getting sick is the sore throat, at least for me, so. I hear that lemon tea kind of helps with that, but I'm not entirely sure. Lemon tea with honey, at least. Okay. Alright, so I gotta get this. Okay, sorry, I keep screwing this up. I have tea, Theraflu, soup, and cough drops, ACC. I see you have a great arsenal then. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah. Yeah, I usually keep cough drops around with me too, but I kind of have a weaker voice because I don't really talk a lot in the real world, so I usually pop a cough drop every once in a while. So I should have plenty of those with me, but yeah, I haven't gotten sick yet, I don't think, so here's the... Of course, now that I say that, I'm probably going to get sick. Yep. Usually get sick at least once a year. I don't know, maybe that's why I've been sleeping so much. Of course, as I said earlier, I just have a messy schedule, so. But yeah, since you're new to chatting here, do you have any hobbies that you like to do? Just thought I'd ask. I have a bit of a gardening hobby, so I was actually talking a little bit about that earlier, but yeah, I'm just starting to progressively collect seeds, so just talking about some of the stuff I wanted to, some of the new stuff I wanted to do, but I do have a few issues with money, so kind of worried about not getting everything I want, but yeah, it's kind of been like that for everyone, so I can't really complain too hard, I don't think. Okay, also I forgot to draw my little brooch right here, so gotta do that. Don't want to forget the brooch. Of course, it's not like my design changes slightly every time I draw my character, but yeah. Of course, I usually draw my character as a chibi, so. I write fiction, I collect and repair retro game consoles. Ooh, that sounds cool. And streaming is a big one. I'm probably going to get more into cars since I just bought a nice one, and I plan to keep it in good condition. I see. Yeah, that's cool. I wish you luck on the car. But yeah. I also like to collect art books, and I guess you could say that streaming is probably my biggest hobby, since I don't really make much money on it, but yeah, it's I guess you could say that art is kind of a hobby, though. Originally that was meant to be more like a profession, you know, originally. It's not going the best, but you know, we're getting there slowly but surely. But yeah, admittedly, I don't really do a lot otherwise, as I think I spend most of my time being concerned about streaming and art, so yeah. But yeah, I definitely get more into obviously I get more into gardening when it warms up, but sorry, sometimes my brain just kind of short circuits, but yeah, last year I mostly did vegetables, if you're curious about that. I don't know if you have any interactions with like gardening or not, but I also wanted to get more into video games too, so, but streaming is usually when I do play, so. But what kind of retro games, or since you do retro consoles and games, what kind of retro games do you like? I have not gardened before, but I'm always open to learning about everything. I see. I see. Yeah, gardening's simultaneously very exciting, yeah, also very, very boring. I know, it's fun to like plan it out and think about what you can like grow and stuff, but then when you actually get into it, it's like, gotta water again. But yeah, it's definitely like one of those slower hobbies. But this year I am going to try and get more into flowers along with the vegetables, but so that's kind of the thing I've been thinking about a lot. But yeah, I'm also trying to like grow, or I'm gonna try and grow peach trees, so that's kind of a factor of gardening, but I'm not sure how well that will go because I'm actually growing them from seed that I just took from a grocery store peach. And usually with fruit trees, there's usually a lot of like, usually you're supposed to like think about like grafting and stuff, so it's possible that the seeds might not match the type of peach that I got from the store. I don't know, I'm not super knowledgeable about the different aspects, but it's definitely a complicated thing. But yeah, I was also thinking of just getting a peach tree from online, but you know, as I said before, I'm actually having car issues on my end, so that's why I'm like complaining about money so much. But yeah, I love the Turbo Duo. It's a console game from the 90s that plays CD games and credit card shaped games. Ooh, no, don't think I've heard of the credit card shaped games. Kind of wondering if that's like a floppy disk, or like, I'm not super knowledgeable about technology, but I'm also not like I'm not super young, so I heard about some of this stuff. But it's got some really interesting ones, and the CD games have anime cutscenes. Ooh, and nobody ever talks about the Turbo Duo. I see. Oh, sorry, not game, but console. Yeah, I mean that makes sense for what you're saying. But yeah, that seems pretty interesting. Admittedly, I haven't heard about that, but sorry, they're not floppy disks. They're literally just like, okay, credit card with a game printed on it. They're called turbo chips. I see. Okay, yeah, I haven't heard of that one, admittedly, so. You know, I think maybe like a decade ago, I used to like want to be like a video game designer, so I tried learning about some video game stuff, but admittedly I didn't really learn all that much. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to hear about some of the history of games and whatnot. So thanks for sharing the knowledge about the Turbo. But yeah, the Duo Turbo. It's a very little known console that doesn't get enough love. That and the Sega Dreamcast are my favorites. But I have most major consoles that were released in the last 40 years. Oh wow. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I heard about the Dreamcast, but admittedly I kind of don't remember what it's supposed to do too well. Over the years I did have a few consoles, but really my main consoles are just my, quote-unquote consoles, just my PC, and then I have a Switch, so yeah, it's unfortunately my main consoles. I thought about getting a PS4 just so I can play Bloodborne, because I really want to play Bloodborne, but I don't got that kind of dough, so yeah, I mean, if I saved money properly, I would probably have that dough, but my parents would never buy me the original Nintendo that came out in the 80s, so I had to get one of those to catch up on my childhood. I see. Yes, that makes sense. What's your favorite game on the original Nintendo? I don't know if that's... Oh god, sorry. I don't know if that's the one that had the I guess if you're saying the 80s, then probably not, but yeah. Sorry, I was like wondering if like the original 3D games came out around then, but I think Ocarina of Time was one of the original 3Ds, and that's from the 90s, I think. Yeah, I believe I was born the same year as the same year that game came out, so you know, kind of revealing my age here, but yeah. I mean, I'm not like super private about my age. I just don't always like talking about it for reasons. But yeah, it's cool that you're able to play those games. On the original NES, probably Castlevania 3, I see. It was very ahead of its time. You have to journey through Transylvania to Dracula's castle and fight him, but there's multiplying branching paths and even multiple characters that you meet to play as they join you. I see. Yeah, that sounds cool. I think I know a little bit about Castlevania, even though I haven't actually like played it. Because I did basically write a little essay about Metrovania games, because that was one of the games I was like really into when I was younger was Ori and the Blind Forest, and that's a Metroidvania, so I have a little bit of idea about the Castlevania stuff, because, you know, that's one of the progenitors of that genre. But yeah, also there's you know, some of the art from that game, from the series, is pretty cool, but, you know, I don't want to like act like I know too much about it, because I never actually played the games. But yeah, it's I think some point last year I did like learn about a artist called I always screw up her name, but oh god, Ayami Kojima, I think. Yeah, I think I think her name's Ayami Kojima. She did she did promotional art for the Castlevania games, and I was like very, very wowed by her art, because it's like very, very textured paintings and stuff. So yeah. Okay. Sorry if I tend to go off topic. I just kind of trying to just relate to what I do know. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so a bit of a side note, I am someone who tends to be drawn towards like more of the artsy fartsy stuff, so because I actually studied painting, you know, for a few years, and then COVID hit, but that's besides the point. Sorry, I'm trying to finish my coffee. The Japanese art for Castlevania series is great, but they really goofed up on the American box art. It's a shame that they didn't use the original Japanese. I see. I'll actually just take a second to look at that, because I'm kind of curious. Do you mean like the earlier games in general, or specifically 3? Oops. Sorry, I didn't write enough. Oh, okay. Okay, I misspelled that really badly. Okay. I wrote Castlevania. Okay, Castlevania. American box art. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, just showing me a bunch of random stuff. Okay. This kind of looks like a box art that would have been on an American game. I'm just kind of half guessing here. Just hold on. I don't know if it's the right one, but yeah, I guess I can kind of see what you mean here. It's kind of a, you know, they draw the very jacked guy. And this PNG is like a little too small to see. Yeah, they're all too small to see. Okay, let's just get back to OBS. I think the series in general, the era in general had really bad American box art for the games, but the Japanese art was amazing, I see. Yeah. Like, I think a small piece of me does have a soft spot for the crazy stuff, but yeah, compared to a lot of the Japanese stuff that you saw originally, it definitely is a bit of a downgrade, but yeah, it's yeah, Bloodlines has the goofy looking guy in the center. I see. Yeah, I guess I can try looking more into it when I have the time, hopefully, maybe, if I remember. I'm not always the best about remembering this stuff, I'm sorry. But yeah. But yeah. I think a small part of me wants to kind of replicate Ayami Kojima's art style a little bit, but I'm not entirely sure. And because it's like very pretty, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, usually when I plan out art, it's just kind of like, sometimes I feel like I'm just throwing crap at a wall. Like, I'm definitely like, kind of spontaneous when I start paintings, I guess. Really bad at planning it out, but I think maybe like a master's study at some point would be a good idea. Just kind of let everything fuse into my current art style. But yeah. Also, since you're kind of relatively new here, would you like to see some of my other artworks, or not really? Because while I do kind of consider the chibis here like a major part of my art style, I do a lot more of the generally more serious looking stuff. It can be good to take inspiration from other artists. Sure, let's see. Okay. Alright, so let's open up. Just kind of scattered everywhere through my pictures file, but we'll try to... Okay. Sorry, I'm like... Okay. Sorry, I'm like feeling kind of dumb right now. Okay, this is an art piece that I like to show off a lot, because it's I'm still pretty proud of it. But yeah, this took a little bit of time to get done. There's some others as well. How about, but yeah, for the past half year, I've been definitely like focusing on the more painterly stuff. So this is one of the earlier pieces I did on stream. So I think this is like for spring. Definitely meant to be more of a surrealist fantasy. Actually, the artist that I got like really into for inspiration was is Yoshitaka Amano. So he did a lot of the early concept art for the Final Fantasy series, and I think some of the art, yeah, just generally the art for those games, that's pretty good. I like the bloom effect. Thank you. Yeah, this is from around Halloween time, so kind of meant to be a ghostly character. Let's see. I do actually have a Monster Hunter version of my own character, but from like July. I don't do a ton of Monster Hunter art, but part of me is definitely tempted to. Hold on. Trying to remember what to... Yeah, just... I always forget... No, that's the wrong file. Okay. Okay. ViridianGhost versus reading. Okay. You do commissions too? Yep, I do commissions for like cel-shaded art, chibi art, and painted stuff, but yeah, this is more leaning towards the cel-shaded style. So I was actually did a few commissions for the past couple of weeks, so which I'm happy about. But yeah, I think I have a VGen link somewhere, so. Yeah, the cooler version of my character. Okay. But yeah, so looks like your art is coming along well. Thank you. Yeah, it's very happy about last year because I felt like I improved a lot. But yeah, thank you for sitting around and just listening to that. And also, these are just thumbnail sketches, so ignore these. Okay, sorry, I'm just okay. There we go. I just have to flip through literally everything in here. But yeah, thanks for for letting me show you my stuff. But yeah. Also, since you asked, it just occurred to me that I probably don't have my VGen link in a super obvious place, or at least not in my about section. So I should probably update that pretty soon. Okay. 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 So I'm just adding some more line thickness over the arm right there, and I'll just jump over here real quick. Okay. Man, it's surprisingly hot in my room, so not sure if I mentioned this to you yet, but yeah, I'm getting really hot for some reason. Okay. Sorry, it's like kind of went off topic, but are there any I don't know if you'll really look into video game art or not, but do you have a favorite box art? I guess that's probably a good question, since we're sort of on that topic a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I'm being a little bit quiet. I'm just kind of looking through this. Gotta get the line art done. Yeah, sorry. I think when you mentioned that you were sick, I'm starting to wonder if I'm actually getting sick too, but I don't know. I always like Castlevania Symphony on the Night. I see. Yeah, I'll just check that out real quick. So, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Ooh, yes, I see. Yeah, it's a really nice one. I think pretty sure I saw the piece earlier. Didn't realize didn't really connect it to the certain box art. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted. Let's get back to OBS. Okay. But yeah, that's very nice box art. I think I should probably look into box art a bit more, but I haven't played too many retro games. Yeah, I think most of my games I get from Steam, so tried getting a bit more physical games too lately, but not a whole ton of it. I guess thinking about box art video game box art, I do have a couple of Switch games kind of displayed right now, and I just remembered that I really like the box art for a Final Fantasy X, so at least on the HD version. I don't know if there's a different type for the original version. Yeah, I was trying to play HD on my own, but I haven't really played the game in a while because I have to fight the anima boss. Yeah, I don't know if you play the Final Fantasy or not, but I'm definitely a little bit intimidated by the current boss right now, so it's very difficult. Was not ready for it. Sorry, my coffee was very cold. I always liked Amano's art for Final Fantasy VI. It made the game really memorable. I see. Yeah. I think I can definitely think of a few pieces from the game. I haven't played the game yet, so I don't really remember people's names, but I know there's the one art piece with like the blonde lady sitting, who's on like the forgot what they're called, the machina. It's been a long time since I played 14. Side note, I used to really be into 14 or Final Fantasy 14, especially back in like 2023. But yeah. Basically the lady in the red dress with the sitting on top of the machine. Okay. I do hope to get to play more of those games at some point. I actually got the remake for Final Fantasy 7 on Steam. Like, I got it last Christmas, so I have to do that on stream one of these days, but I should probably work through the games I'm playing through a bit more. Because I don't have a whole lot of gaming nights. I'm trying to expand my gaming nights to 2 nights a week, but yeah. I played Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10, and Tactics. I never played the online ones, I see. That's fair enough. Sorry, I'm like actually looking through it. Yeah, I don't know too much about the original Pixel ones outside of maybe 6. I heard about some of the story in that game, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you played so many. Oh yeah, I actually have 15 too. That's also on Steam that I have not touched yet. I would like to touch. But yeah, my main experience is just it's 14. I put a lot of hours into 14 back in the day. A big part of it though is like kind of like role playing with other players. So not the spicy type of role play, but the just regular role play. Because I used to generally be into MMOs, and honestly, and I just happened to choose Final Fantasy 14 as my MMO back then, so. Yeah, I used to be really into like Guild Wars 2. I used to also play some free-to-play MMOs that I don't think a whole lot of people heard of, so. There was a game called Grand Fantasia that I spent a lot of time in. And that's, I think that's from Area Games, so I don't think they have a really all that great reputation, but, you know, it was free, and I was like a teenager, so. But also I played Aura Kingdom. I didn't really spend that much time in the game. Like, I liked the vibe to it, but it was kind of I think it was basically a dead MMO by the time I actually tried it out, so, unfortunately. Oh yeah, oh god, sorry, wrong thing. I used to play Toontown and Wizards 101 back when I was like really young, so I'm pretty big in the Guild Wars 1 community. Definitely a great game to get into, especially since they're adding more content to it now after 20 years. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so active. I heard a little bit about Guild Wars 1, but I think that was just mostly mostly just people talking about how the Savari looked in the first game, so. I was a Savari player, by the way. But yeah, it's really cool that it's still, like, alive and stuff. But yeah, I guess my main issue with, when I tried Guild Wars 2 is that I just couldn't really find a community for whatever reason, so that's why I kind of lost interest after a while. But yeah, I was mostly sticking around for the MSQ. And I did, like, do some jumpy puzzles and just run around here and there. But yeah, I think my big issue when it comes to MMOs is just trying to find people to play with. So kind of my general issue with gaming. I'm kind of a asocial person, so I have a hard time just interacting. A lot of Guild Wars 1's players were disappointed with Guild Wars 2 and how little it had to do with the original. I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But yeah, admittedly, I don't really know too much about the first game, so as I said before, so yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get this little belt buckle thingamabob done real quick. Honestly, it's more decorative than anything. Okay. Okay. Part of me feels like I'm almost done, but I don't know, it's definitely feels like I could thicken the line art in some places, so. But yeah, we're actually making decent progress here. Okay. So I'm gonna actually do the quote-unquote chain. I usually just draw a line like this because I'm too lazy to draw a chain, but yeah. Guild Wars 1 has always been free to play once you get buy an account. No subscription or premium membership needed. That's what attracted me. I see. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I think what originally attracted me to the second one is that that was like basically the free trial went on for a good while, so. And I really like the sort of like the atmosphere in that game, though. I think in the later stages of the game, like when you like or at least like the free part of the game, I definitely like started to like the environments a lot less, because basically the deeper in you got to the undead areas, it just started just looking a lot more gray and brown, and then I just kind of I just wasn't into it. I was really into like the early parts of the game where you basically the local areas for the different races and groups and stuff. Yeah, I'm one of the people who bought Guild Wars 2 and they made it free to play. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's kinda... Yeah, I understand that's probably a bit more annoying. Yeah, I don't think that ever happened to me, but I don't buy games quite as frequently, so yeah. Oh, sorry, dang it. But yeah. Just out of curiosity though, did you ever get that far into it, or not really? And if you did, what kind of character did you play? Because I'm just a little bit curious. Sometimes I like to hear about what kind of... You know, I'm always a sucker for like the character design aspect in some games, so I mean like games that'll give you a character creator, so I like to hear about that stuff sometimes. Yeah, I definitely lean towards that kind of stuff. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Okay, I'm just gonna add some lines to this. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave it blank because it's shouldn't be that much more complicated than the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna get this little hem though, because I usually include the hem here. Well, maybe not the entire hem. Not so much on the sleeves, but yeah, here on the main coat. I'm gonna mark out the... Well, I'm gonna mark out the decorative hem. Do that here too. I had several characters at level 80, which was the max at the time. I see. I think I liked my human thief the best. I see. Yeah, I made a good few characters as well, but I mostly stuck with my... I don't think I ever got quite as far, or super far with most of them, save for like my Varia mage. I forgot what the class is called, but I mostly like stuck with the class that was, yeah, I don't know why I say mostly stuck. My character was the class that had that was basically the mage or the wizard, because it could like shoot fireballs and stuff. I was definitely like a big fan of like wizard class. I think for the most part, I was like a big fan of like magic caster type of characters, so usually including like wizards and stuff. I think when I actually was first thinking about getting into Monster Hunter, I was actually like a little bit put off by the lack of magic. Of course, I obviously got over it, but yeah, I always tended to play magic casters or healers. I got bored with it because it didn't have the same structure or feel as the original Guild Wars. I see. Yep, that's fair enough. Yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm... Yeah, I feel a little bad because I feel like I'm bad at conversing about the original one, just because I don't know anything about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably felt... Oh, wait. I think I kind of felt that way with Dragon's Dogma 2 a little bit. Yeah, that's not really an MMO, but, you know, I got really into, like, the first Dragon's Dogma. I was like, oh, cool, they have a second one. But then, yeah, the second one was definitely a big downgrade. Yeah, that's actually why I didn't really, I didn't bother to get wilds for Monster Hunter, because, yeah, I was still a little bit, like, I was still reeling from, Dragon's Dogma 1, or Dragon's Dogma 2. Monster Hunter just kind of exists in its own little world. There's no magic, but magic doesn't really fit into that universe. Yeah, I see. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, some of the monster attacks definitely feel like magic, but I know that they kind of have an explanation for a lot of that. So... But yeah, just as a complete noob at the time, I was just like... It was definitely, like, different. Yeah, I was just really attached to the idea of being, like, being a wizard or something, so... But you know what? If it weren't for it, if they had magic powers, it probably would have never touched the glaive, so... There's that. I bought Wilds because I was hyped for the next game in the series, but I had to uninstall it because it just didn't run well on my computer because it was so poorly optimized. Yeah. I heard it was pretty bad when it was first out. Like, some people have been telling me that they fixed it, but yeah, I just don't have the time to play it, so I never really so I'm not really looking to get into it for a good while. But yeah, it kind of sucks that it ran so poorly. But not entirely unexpected, honestly. Because as I said before, I was just kind of... I was still feeling the Dragon's Dogma pain. Okay. I'm almost done. Awesome. Almost done with this line art, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Okay. Actually, I think thickening that back out made it a little bit better, but I should probably just erase some of this. Or not erase it, but just hide the previous layer. So I think I'm gonna, oh, you know what, I'll just gonna thicken out some sections just to make them pop out from each other more. So yeah, I think the hair has the thickest line art right now, so I gotta even it out with some of the other stuff. I was told yesterday that they're fixing the performance, but I think it's a little too late. Too little, too late. A lot of players already checked out. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it really sucks when they do that. So, yeah, it's like I don't really want to like cook my computer because yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 was actually kind of rough on the computer. And I was like forced to play the version, or like basically I had to play it on the lowest performance possible, which made like the screen of my game like really tiny rather than full screen. So I was kind of disappointed in that. So yeah, I feel like it probably would have been a similar case for Wilds. I think the worst part is that my PC is like a gaming. I mean, it's not like a desktop. It's like it's still a laptop, but it should be able to like handle some of this stuff, you know. Okay. Okay, I don't think this is my best work, but I think it's good enough. Okay. Could have probably shaped the code a bit better, but yeah. So a little off topic, but this I actually did the basic sketch for this chibi like less than 2 hours before the stream started, because I was yeah, I think I told you already, I was like really worn out this morning, so yeah, I had to kind of slap this piece together. Yeah, I have a gaming laptop too. It should have been able to handle Wilds, but the game was so poorly designed that it couldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that's kind of an issue with like a lot of games these days. But I guess I hadn't like experienced it too much just because as I said a few times, I just don't really I don't play as many games, so usually the games that I do stick to are the types to be like long running, so also I used to mostly stick to the Switch because before my current laptop I just had I had a Dell that was given to me by a family member because I didn't really have couldn't really afford a better PC at the time, and I mostly kind of needed it for digital art. But yeah, and that PC couldn't really run very much, so I think it was kind of like struggling to run 14, which to be fair, MMOs do take a lot of power, but yeah, it was struggling at the end of it. Yeah, I think something happened with the battery, and it just couldn't really the battery just couldn't maintain much power, so I kind of had this. I just had like to just move on to a better PC, and that's why I got the current one. Okay, so anyways, I'm just gonna name this rename my layers real quick. So sketch, line art. I think the line art's good enough. This isn't like a commission, of course, so it's just for myself. Just a quick little Milestone chibi. Yeah, I used to make Milestone chibis a lot more, but I got tired out, so. Okay, I have to open up a quick reference, so I can snag the colors that I need. Okay, yeah, I think I'm actually going to open up yeah. I guess I'll just BS my way through it. I was thinking about like opening the old Live 2D model that I was supposed to make, so originally it was actually going to be a Live 2D VTuber, but I switched out. I just randomly decided to get into Blender instead. But yeah, this is like a really old concept art, so it's not too bad for grabbing colors from. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move this next to the chibi real quick. So I have this set of. Actually, I should. I almost forgot, but I should make a base layer. I don't always need a base layer, but in case there's like little crunchies like this, I can just the base layer can sometimes hide those, so that's why I make them. But yeah, I just need a better computer, but I just bought a car, so I'm gonna be poor for a while. Yeah, yep, I get that. Debt. Curse you, you debt. That I can't speak. Oh my god. Yeah. I feel like I need a better PC too, but I can't pay it off, or I can't get one, so the current one isn't too bad anyways, so sometimes I just worry a little bit about my VTubing stuff, but it can probably hold out, maybe. Actually, I forgot to turn the fan on. Oh my god. Okay. Now that my computer isn't cooking as much, yeah, I think the big thing I'm worried about is just heat, methinks. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just looking at this. Uh-oh. I hit the line art. God dang it. Hold on. I don't know when that happened. Okay, hide this real quick. Yeah, when I hit the line art, it makes the shapes fuzzy. And it really sucks when that happens. Probably hit a while back. Maybe not, though. Huh. No, this is clean. Nope. There's something going on. Okay. Yeah, I have to go back and just clean up as much as I can, so. Okay. Yeah, maybe the lining is just fuzzy or something, but so what I usually do is just kind of come in with the brush and just try to fill in as many as dark places. But yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to. I got lost in yapping about my stuff right here, so. Sorry if I sound really gross. Oh my god, sorry. Also, if you don't mind me asking, it's okay if you don't want to say, but what kind of car did you get? Is it like a really fancy one, or? I don't know very much about cars, but I do know a little bit, of course, because I have to, I have to drive one around, but personally, I like smaller cars, like sedan. I think sedans or something like that. Something a little bit sporty, but not too fancy, of course. But I feel like smaller cars are just easier for parking, which is why I prefer them. I used to drive a big van around because it was the easiest option we had, but it was the most, yeah, it's the only available option at the time. But yeah, I feel like I struggle with the bigger cars. I'm not a good driver or anything. A Toyota Corolla S, the S is for sport, so it's designed to go faster and handle better than a standard car. It's a 4-door sedan, I see. Yeah, currently I have a Dodge Avenger 2010, so it was generally a nice car. Yeah, it's generally a nice car, but I'm starting to feel some of the pain with the lack of four-wheel driving, so. And plus it's not working right now, but yeah, that sounds like a nice car. Okay. Also, just a warning, the ads will be hitting in 5 minutes, so I'm actually going to be taking a longer break when that happens. Just So I can like get coffee and water and just all the important stuff, you know? But yeah, I just thought I'd alert anyone here. Also, it's a little bit off topic, but I know that I saw that you have a 3D model, so I'm kind of wondering if you do anything with like a 3D modeling software, or do you just try to get by with what you have? So, oh my god, sorry. When I scroll over the rulers on the drawing program, it kind of like flings my canvas around, so. I never heard of the Avenger, but it looks cool. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it definitely had a nicer look, so it was one of the better options available. Okay. Base. But yeah, I'm going to start doing the basic colors real quick. So usually for my little chibis, I tend to keep the different parts separated just so I can go over with a clipping mask and just kind of do the shading and the extra details that way. So right now it's this is the skin layer, so I do that for the tail and the face. Then I have a layer for hair, so I'm gonna grab the color from here. Yep, kind of fill these in. Just kind of go down, 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 down. Doot. I'm not an artist and I don't know how to 3D model. It's heavily customized version of one that's publicly available. I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it can definitely be kind of hard to get into 3D stuff. Because, yeah, it took me a while to actually, like, make this current model or get to a place where I'm comfortable enough to make my model. I don't know, it's just something about all the technical aspects of 3D that kind of breaks my brain a little bit, so I think that's the big reason why I never got quite into it before, but... Oh, hey there, Jay. Oh, this looks cute, thank you. Yep, this is for both my anniversary and the hitting 1K in Bluesky, so... Yep, thank you. Yeah, these eyes are actually darker than I tend to make them these days, so I'm just gonna lighten it slightly. Nope, that's the wrong layer. Oh, shoot. Okay. This is the iris layer. You can't really see my layers, but yeah, I'm making a bunch of layers right now. And I should name that real quick. Heck yeah, congrats on hitting 1K. Thank you. I have a character on my stream that would probably look good in your style. Ooh, I see. I'm okay with like checking it out real quick if you want to drop a link to a PNG or something, but I'm probably gonna look at it after the ads hit, so it can because I usually my longer breaks are usually like between 5 to 10 minutes, so usually like 7 minutes. I'm just warning you. So, but yeah, I'll just I do tend to mostly draw people, by the way. I can kind of draw. I think I'm okay at doing animals, but I think in terms of animals, I think my best is actually birds, because I don't know, the sheer love of birds or something. If I had an animal character, I would like my animal character to be a bird, even though it doesn't really fit my current aesthetic or something. I don't know, maybe like a drowned bird. But yeah. Also, okay, we have only 30 seconds yet left, so I'm actually just gonna go hop off on the break right now. So I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm gonna get more coffee and all that stuff, but yeah. All right, see ya. I'm back, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, my break is officially over, so... Got the coffee, got the water, got the restroom. Okay. But yeah, hopefully the ads weren't too rough or anything, you know. Okay, let's get back to the coloring stage. So I'll get this, name this layer skin. Okay, go on top of these two. And here I will do the clothing layer. So that's usually just one. Yeah, I usually just do the clothes on the single layer. So get the base color for the coat. But yeah, so. And we keep going on. Okay. Oh yeah, I think we're talking about 1K. Actually, I don't know if we were really talking about like 1K or not. Just kind of yapping about whatever. It's the average Freudian stream. Sorry. Okay, I keep flinging myself everywhere. Okay, I also just wanted to fix the line art right there. So anyways, oh god, shit. That was the wrong layer. Oop. Okay. Yeah, my mic is back on, so. And I don't know how many times you guys might have made that mistake of just not turning your mic back on. Okay. But yeah, so let's try to get these sleeves done real quick. So sleeves, the hands. Okay. Yeah, I just want to get my pretty purple around. Okay, and I missed a little spot right here, so. Of course, it gets kind of crazy right there. Okay. Alright. And gotta get the blue, so. Okay, and I missed a lot right there, so I'm just gonna take care of that. And the function of the base is to prevent this sting it. Okay. Okay. Actually, check here too. Yeah, I missed that too. Okay. And just scratch my nose because it itches. Okay. Oh, I haven't changed the color yet, but I just realized I missed one little part, so the cravat. And I think those are the main purple parts, so. Oh, I missed this. At least for the bright purple. Technically, most of the cloak is purple, but. Okay. Here you can see that the Cordelia's 3D model in chibi out. That's Cordelia. Yeah, Cordelia's. Okay. Let me just hit the link real quick. Ooh, I see. That's cute. Yeah, I think I can do this type of character pretty well. Actually, I'll just give it a like. Cordelia 3D model and chibi line art. Chibi art by Lord Mitsu, I see. But yeah, is she like some sort of vampire type of character? Because I see she has like the wings on her. Sort of got that spooky vibe and all that. Always a sucker for the spooky vibe. Also, do you want me to show it on stream or not? Not really. I know some people like having their stuff shown off on stream, but I know a lot of people don't care though. Okay. Just kinda getting the very dark color that's almost black. Try to get that down. Okay. I think that's. Oh, I got the little collar here. Okay. Got this little bit. Alright, and let's get this brain color. So I think the modern version of this color is a little bit more saturated. Yeah, yeah, so fun fact about the earlier design, which, you know, it hasn't really changed all that much, but yeah, a lot of the original colors were definitely more desaturated. I think the saturation actually mostly came from me just like trying to lighten up the areas with the overlay. So she's a character on my stream, yeah, on your stream who can pay channel points to summon and take over my stream for 30 minutes. You can show it on stream if you want. Okay, I'll do that once I just take care of these little bits. Okay. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I messed up these colors. Okay, I'll just show her off on stream real quick. Let's not get too distracted. Okay. Usually just have one. But yeah, it's a pretty fun design. Yeah, like it's both dark and very cute as well, so. And I like the hair color as well. I think a part of me wants to like mess around with like a lot of these different types of hair colors, but I always kind of forget to do that because I do have a habit of giving characters a bit lighter colored hair, so. We're not quite sure what she is, but she used to be a human and was murdered, then came back from the dead. She's creepy and morbid and kind of scary, but everyone loves her. She also has this aura of intimidating aura that carries over to real life. When she plays games, monsters will actually run away from her without explanation. I see. That's interesting. All right, thank you for sharing the lore. Does she tend to pop up a lot, or just here and there? But yeah, I am a sucker for spooky characters, so as you can tell, well, you know what you see right here. When she played Silent Hill 3, the zombie dogs ran away from her. There are clips, haha, I see. That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to try and check out the clips, when I get the chance, because that does sound kind of interesting. But yeah, thank you for sharing your character with me. It's always fun to see people's characters and stuff. You know, I'm a big sucker for like OCs and whatnot. Okay, sorry, I like keep jumping around the canvas. Okay, gotta color in these stars real quick, so I'm gonna take purple and just make it a brighter purple. Boop, 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 boop. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Also, let's just get this one glass color, so a bright purple. She's also in my Discord threatening me mostly for laughs and posting creepy stuff. She's usually summoned during scary games. I see. That's cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting a little bit focused in on the character right here, or with my little guy. Okay, I'm gonna merge this back down because these weren't separate layers. I don't know, sometimes like Clip Studio can be a bit weird about the fill tool, so sometimes I have to just change the layers. But yeah. Do you often like work with like spooky characters, or not really? I do have personally I do have a few spooky characters here and there, but I'm not always the best about with maintaining my own personal OCs, so bad habit on my part. Just kind of, I just keep designing new characters basically. Okay, right now I'm just gonna add more detail to the hair. Usually I make the hair is yeah, often the hair is actually one of the more complicated parts of these chibis. At least in the current day, I think. I like how I generally do them, but yeah. Of course, part of it's just my own character because he has the glowing hair basically. So, all right. Actually, I probably have to yes my way here. So, let's see how this looks. Okay, this one looks good. But yeah. Yeah, personally, I'm a big sucker for like Dullahan type of characters, so I've been trying to design a Dullahan OC for myself. But I can't really seem to get a design for him that I'm crazy about, so at least like for his clothes, I think. Oh, sorry. I thought something happened, but not really. Not really. She originally debuted as an April Fool's joke, something to surprise viewers because it's so far off from what I usually do. But viewers loved her so much that she became a permanent part of the stream. I joked that she lives in my walls. I see. But yeah, that sounds fun. It's cool that you're able to do a big community thing like that. Okay. Okay, right now I'm just trying to... Oops. I think I messed that up. Okay. Yeah, it's so... Admittedly, I don't have like a ton of streamer characters outside of just my current character, so... I wanted to do like more versions of my... Try to make up different versions of my model, but I've just been kind of too busy for it. I don't know, maybe when I have a better grasp on Blender, so. Because currently the low poly model that you see here is just kind of the best I was able to do, so. But I'm actually like working on a... Yeah, I think you were here when I was talking about it, but I'm working on a more complicated model. Like right now it's actually supposed to be a base for other versions of my characters, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Yeah, sorry, I'm like so much quieter now. Just my brain's kind of going a little bit blank. I don't know if that happens to you a lot too, but it's just kind of an issue of being not the best conversationalist. Like, I'm definitely a lot better than I used to be, but yeah. Also, just out of curiosity, do you like to make YouTube videos or not really? Because I'm trying to get into that personally, but I just never quite had the energy to figure out how to actually use editing software, so. But yeah. Okay, right now as you see, I'm still doing the glowy parts for the hair. Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie, originally I just added lighting to the edges of this character, or like Varia / myself, because to have that glowy effect, but admittedly I kind of started doing it with people's characters in general because I thought it looked nice. Of course, not like as intensely as this, but yeah. Not really. Oh, sorry. That was an earlier message. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just try to show you what I mean real quick. So maybe I'll take a tiny mental break. But I did some really quick fan art for another streamer I watched, just because she seemed like she was having a tough time. So I managed to pump this out in like 2 hours. So right here, dude. Kind of forget how big my PNGs can be. But yeah, I can kind of see with how I make the edges of the hair brighter, so I don't know, it just looks cool. At least that's what I think. I usually just upload my streams to YouTube. I don't have time or patience to learn editing software, but I have been shooting a YouTube exclusive series where I play Fatal Frame 3 with a friend on commentary. Ooh. That's cool. And yeah, I can definitely feel you on the VODs. Yeah, I've technically been uploading them, but I haven't been posting them because I've been trying to I do want to like actually make some like somewhat decent thumbnails, but usually the thumbnails I make are just the art piece that I worked on that stream and then just a number, so they're not like fancy or anything. But yeah, I've been slacking for months again, so I gotta. That's cute, thank you. Yeah, I gotta get off my butt about that again. No. But yeah, it's just something I needed to do. Yeah, I don't think I've been posting since November, actually. Oh god. It's still better than the first time, because I had 5.5 months worth of backlog that I had to upload in a relatively short notice, because I was basically eating up my memory, like all those VODs. So yeah, I should definitely get back to that at some point, but I think I'm just gonna wait until after the anniversary, because I'm gonna be busy with other stuff. Okay, hold on a second. Boop. Okay. I'm actually gonna leave the other eyebrow blank because it kind of keeps not switching to the. No, that's right. What? Hold on. Crap. What's happening? What's happening? Why is it turning white? Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I'm like very confused right now. Oh, okay, I lost the original color. Yeah, I switched out to a different color, that's what happened. Oops. I guess saturation plays a bigger role than I thought. Okay. I'm a little discouraged from dedicating a lot of time to YouTube since most of my videos get no views anyway. Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess that's kind of my expectation too, but honestly I don't normally get a lot of views on Twitch either, so I figure I may as well just take some time to do it. I think the videos that I want to post though are more like art stuff anyway, so. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Okay. Oops, almost forgot to do this little bit. So gotta get the end of the hair. And I'll just give it a quick highlight. Okay. I'm not a big fan of algorithms. Algorithms? Yeah. Yeah, algorithms can definitely suck. I guess both in the sense of like trying to get seen and also sometimes screwing up my algorithm as a viewer because I watch a few videos about a certain topic and then I'm just kind of done hearing about this topic, but the algorithm still kind of pushes those videos on me, so yeah. Sorry, I'm not sure if I want to go into a rant, but Sometimes just trying to like watch videos on YouTube really sucks. Even though I keep coming back because I don't have a social life, but yeah, it's besides the point. But yeah. I'll get you there. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm gonna work on the skin real quick. Yeah, sorry, it's talking about the algorithm also kind of reminded me of how bad the actual like search function on YouTube is too, so... But yeah. Kind of hard to find videos about more obscure topics sometimes. Okay. But anyways, let's make another glow layer. Or should name this other layer glow. Okay. Clothing, sorry, it's been forgetting to name my layers. Gotta name them before it gets too bad, you know? Okay, I'm just gonna merge this down actually. Okay, set this as a clothing mask and set it to add glow. I make the little tail glow too, so gotta make sure to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, they tend to promote people who are already popular and very smaller channels who are trying to get popular. Yeah. I know that's been an issue for a long time. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of tough because there's not really many options in the video making sphere either, so it's like kind of hard to... It's just hard to get seen in general. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to... I'm going to go ahead and start coloring the line art, or change the color of the line art, so I get a clothing mask, and I think I'll make the line art purple, so... I usually like to get my character here like warm line art, so lower the saturation, and there. Of course it makes some of the stuff not blend out, stick out as well, but I am going to do a bit of shading, of course, so... Okay. But yeah, let's work on these eyes real quick. So I usually add some detail toward the eyes. But yeah, it's a pain. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's an issue. That's been an issue with like a lot of social media in general too. I think that's actually a big reason why I originally left Twitter, since I left I think quite a while ago, maybe like in 2020, yeah, 2024 actually. And I think part of that is just I know people like keep saying they should stick around with Twitter, but because it's still a lot more popular, but yeah, I just could not get people to actually like see my work on there, so. And also just because I hear about like some of the horror stories going on, so it's like you know, I don't really need to waste time with this app. Oops. Also, I just I guess I'll do the shine on this side. I think in the original drawing I actually had the shine here, but I think the hair makes it kind of a weird place to put that, so I'll do 2 of these like smaller shines though, just so I can still have a shine here. And then I'll take sort of an off-white color, and I'm just gonna actually, okay, I'm not really thrilled about the shape, so I'm just gonna placement. So I'm gonna do this, try to do it in one stroke so I can just hit the back button. Honestly, it looks alright here. Okay. Alright, I still have a lot of stuff to do with the skin, I realize. It's supposed to be a little blush mark. Okay. Well, first I'll get the eye shut, like the under eye, or the eye bags, I guess. Okay. Yep, there. So we got that. Hopefully it looks alright. And, I guess the original reference image here doesn't have the strongest blush color, so I will actually take this color here and just kind of make it not quite as strong. Okay, maybe a little bit darker. Actually, I think I should just have this as a second layer too. I think one of the struggles with doing my own character in this style is that there's technically a lot going on with the face, so yeah, that bit is, it definitely gets a little bit complicated here and there. Okay. And I screwed that up. Okay. Boop. Yeah, it's the wrong fill tool. Also, sorry, it's sometimes talking about the algorithm can be a little bit of a bummer, so that's kind of why I kind of talked a little less about it. By the way, do you have any big plans that you're doing? If you're still here. Okay. I think I have a lot of plans for February, so I think you already know about the anniversary week, but I'm also gonna try and redraw one of my older pieces. And I still have to get a winter piece done, because this past year I've been trying to get a art piece for each of the seasons, but I still haven't done winter because not the biggest fan of winter. But yeah, I at least want to get something. It's just haven't been as motivated for any wintry stuff. Okay, gonna check the browser real quick just to see what's going on here. Yeah, okay, got that. Okay, and just checking around. Okay, don't need two of these on Bluesky. Sorry, I almost got distracted by someone's drawing. They drew food. Okay, sorry, it's supposed to check something else. Okay. Sorry, I think the big thing is that there's a VTuber I like to watch, and she's supposed to host a earlier stream, I think. I don't think anything right now. I'm trying to get over being sick and build my bank account back up. After buying a car, once things are better, I'll be planning some new games. I see. Yeah, it's fair enough. Sometimes you just gotta take it a bit slower. Yeah, it definitely takes some months. I will definitely take a few months a bit slower, or usually aim for like half a month, and it's usually a lot more than half a month, so. But yeah, I remember I was very like fried by the end of on November, because during like September and October I was like making my current model, and basically I was trying to learn like a whole bunch of new technology, so it's like, yeah. Also, thank you for the lurk, Paulette. But yeah, I actually technically haven't finished my model, but I'm just kind of done with it, because like my mouth was actually supposed to, or like my expressions were controlled by, okay, sorry, someone's calling me right now. I'm getting a call from a family member. Hold on. Okay, my Okay, sorry, I just got called about food. Okay, I might actually end stream if less than stream might be a little less than 3 hours today, but I was planning on a short stream anyway, so sorry about that. I usually try to aim for 4 hours, but yeah, I've been kind of tired lately too, so I'll try to make up for it next week, because I want to party next week, you know? Yeah, party with everyone here. Yeah, sorry. I'm a bad streamer. Okay. 1 year later, and I still suck at this. I mean, I think I got better over the time, but yeah. Do you have any plans on what new games you want to play? Unless you still haven't figured it out, which I get. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do next week, so... Or for the gaming next week. I recently bought Fable on Steam, but I'm not sure if I want to... I'm not sure if I want to start off another long-running game, but part of me wants to, like, play a new game too, so it's like a... Inside me are two wolves. Sorry, I know that's a dead game. But yeah. Yeah, I'm a big sucker for long-running RPGs, by the way. I don't know if you play... I know you mentioned you play MMOs, so... But I don't think that... Not sure if that really counts. I like to play some of the Final Fantasy games I never played, like 7 and 12. I see. Yeah. I actually don't know very much about 12, but... I definitely heard a lot about 7 over the years, so... Do you plan to play the older version or the new version? Because I know you said that you like retro games, so I kind of assume you're going to go for the old one. But yeah. One of the games I have for Final Fantasy, I'm also tempted to play, but I don't know, I don't really want to just start a story game like that and then just not play it again. You know, probably feel a little bit bad about that. Yeah, another part of me wants to figure out how to connect my Switch to my computer properly and play like Mario Kart, but I don't know, I'm too scared to like do an open lobby and sorry, it's blink out already. Yeah, I'm too scared to play an open lobby, and I don't know if people would be interested in just me playing online, you know, getting destroyed by random people online. It's been a long time since I played Mario, though. I want to play the original 7. That's what started it all. I feel like I wouldn't understand the remake if I haven't played the original. I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. Honestly, I just feel like I'd probably just enjoy the playstyle of the newer one, I guess. From the tiny bit I've seen, but... I know I also should probably give respect to the original. But, yeah. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be playing that for a while, just because I need to focus on the other stuff. But yeah, maybe looking at maybe I should like look at my Switch games. Now that I think about it. Because I do think I have a good few shorter running games there, but that might work for a one-off stream. Shorter running games, or you know, Mario Kart. So yeah, I used to play Mario Kart every week because one of the I mention her here and there, but there's a streamer that I'm a fan of, and she used to do open lobby Mario Kart nights, but yeah, she stopped doing that because there was a bunch of trolls. So I think that's part of why I'm like a little bit nervous about it too. Because I don't really want to. I don't know how I would deal with a troll right now with my current state of my streams. So yeah, it just sounds fun to play Mario Kart with people. Have you ever played a lot? Have you? Okay, I know like it's kind of a popular game, but I'm a little bit curious. Have you ever played a Mario Kart? Or ever been in it? Been into it, I guess. Sorry, like, God, I can't speak. I can't speak at all. Okay. But yeah. Also, I'm just trying to add a very, very basic lighting, so obviously it's not going to be the best thing out there, but I just want to get something okayish looking, I guess. Mostly it's like lights on the side. I love doing Mario Kart streams on Twitch. Last year I even did a stream where Cordelia cast a spell that turned her back into a human version before death, and she streamed Mario Kart as her living human self. It's pretty interesting, I see. Yeah, that sounds cool. But yeah, that sounds really fun. Do you still do a lot of Mario Kart nights then, or not really? Just out of curiosity. Also, do you have like trouble with trolls? Just out of curiosity too. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't want this chibi to be too complicated. Okay. I don't know, I'm just not loving the current look of that. Okay, you know what, I think I have an idea. Real quick, I'm actually gonna airbrush the... Why is this? Okay. I'm gonna airbrush the lighting on. Yep. Okay, that actually is not too bad. I'm gonna lower the opacity, of course, so it's not as intense. And then I will maybe do an add glow layer real quick. And that can be like for rim lighting, I think, so. And of course I'll like lower the opacity once I get more of this done. I usually prefer to have the opacity be higher when I do this, just because it's easier to see. Okay. But yeah, if I'm able to, hopefully I might be able to catch a Mario Kart stream if you still do it. I haven't done, okay, you haven't done it for a while, just because not many viewers own, oh, I see. But I'm always open to it. What do you mean, trolls, like stream chat, or? Like, basically when she was playing the game, there would be people who like come on to who would join in on the lobby, and they will actually like just sit around and like kind of like target her specifically, and I guess that kind of killed a lot of the fun with the game. Like, I know some people probably wouldn't mind that, but yeah, it can be. Basically, some people would come in and just try to ruin the fun, basically. So yeah, and it kind of got to be too much of a problem because she eventually like moved the lobby codes to the Discord, but there would still be an issue with the trolls, and then yeah, it's just kind of, so they're a lot less common now. So yeah, I don't think I'd really like to have that happen to me either, just because I'm definitely not a good player or a very good Mario Karter, so like I get 12th place just anyways, but yeah. But yeah, basically people would just come on and like mess with, be annoying. When I do Mario Kart stream, the lobby is only open to the stream chat with the code. It's not open to the public. Yeah, it wasn't, or like that was, I think, some similar to that, but like the code would be in the chat, but then it wasn't like a Yeah, it wasn't invite only, that's what I mean. But yeah, people still got in, so. Yeah, I'm sure like size probably plays a role too, but I don't know. I hear about like there being like repeat offenders, and I guess Nintendo makes it like hard to kind of block people properly, so you can't really like, get rid of them easily. So yeah. I mean, it's good that you didn't have to deal with it, but yeah, I'm just a little bit worried. I don't know. Oops, hold on a second. I forgot to shade this area. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay. But yeah. I guess maybe it wouldn't necessarily hurt to give it a shot one night, but I'm not really... I just don't know. If you want to join my next one, I can let you know. I see. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Of course, hopefully I'll be available that day. I'm usually available during around the nighttime, but usually on the weekend nights though, and yeah, usually on weekend nights and Wednesday on Wednesday nights I'm playing on I'm doing a stream, but Thursday nights I'm usually just a dead body, so I mean I might be able to come up with the energy, but yeah. I appreciate it if you let me know though. Yeah, I go from being a ghost to a corpse, so like basically how I was yesterday. Yeah, they forgot to highlight another area. No. Okay. I'm so happy I figured out color history for Clip Studio. Basically, it kind of like records each of the colors you used, or like specific colors you used in the program. And so I don't have to like put down the color. Okay, you can't see it here, but I don't basically have to put the color down somewhere on the program. I can just like grab the color I want and then be good. Okay, we're more about having fun and laughs rather than trying to be a pro. We do some silly game modes that are really fun, I see. Yeah, it's that's good to hear. Yeah, I'm not trying to make it sound like the other person was trying to be a pro. It's just not fun to be targeted, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Some of the other people there, though, they were tough opponents, I'll be honest. But yeah, maybe it's just a skill issue on my part, because usual 12th place hitter. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry to be distracted. I'm just trying to... I think I'm getting close to finishing this piece, which is nice. Okay. But yeah, I'll get this here. Okay. Yeah, I think some of the stuff that was basically done was just like people would like try to just sit right before the finish line and just kind of like harass her there, or they'd like make their username really inappropriate, so Yeah, it's... Sorry, I was just trying to explain what was happening, so... I'm just saying you shouldn't feel like you're not good enough to join. Not everyone's a pro. We prioritize laughs and clip moments, yeah. Yeah, trust me, I'm not that broken up about not being good at the game. It's just, yeah, I'm just warning you, because I... Definitely not the strongest player. Yeah, I know some people can go, like... There's definitely a lot of people that go pretty beast mode into the Mario Kart, but yeah. Also, I tend to fall off the... I fall off the track a lot, too. Okay, hold on a second. I forgot to shade another place. Oh, do-do. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to practice my soul shading a little bit more. It's just been a while since I've really used it. Because I think I mentioned earlier that, like, I've been doing I've been focusing on painterly art for a long time. If anyone like that joined my games, they would not be welcome to stay. I got pretty well-behaved community. That's good to hear. Yeah, I just think things were getting out of control because you try to block people and they just come back, so... Like, there's some very dedicated trolls out there, so yeah. Also, we do mostly team matches, so you don't have to feel like you're against the world, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm okay. It's just But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pop in one of these days. Just kinda... Yeah, I do like the idea of hanging out with more people in games. Just kinda have to... Okay. So I do appreciate your offer. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I think my energy's getting a little bit low, so it's just, I'll try to keep going as long as I can. That'll probably be I'll probably just hop off when the food comes, though, so I'm just giving you a fair warning, so... Yeah, normally I try to go on for a bit longer, so... On most days, it's just, today's... Just very lethargic today. Honestly, I think I've been lethargic lately, but yeah. Also, okay. Sorry, it's just... I just realized I reread your message. We also do Lethal Company collab streams if you've played that, I see. I've seen other people play it, but I haven't played it myself. Like, part of me is kind of curious to do it, but I'm actually, like, a really, really big coward. Of course, I think if I have other people with me, I might be okay, but... Yeah, despite being a spooky ghost, I am quite easily scared. Like, I like horror stories, but I don't handle, like, jump scares or being chased around or all that, but... I do have repo, though. But yeah, I haven't... But yeah, I haven't played I haven't played a whole lot of Lethal Company, so... I also just don't own it, so... that's the big reason why. Yeah, I think one of the big issues is that those, like, collaborative games kind of, like, cook my computer, so... I think that's the real scary part. Just watching your computer explode, PC just catching fire and explode in a blaze of pain. It's less scary if you hang out with other people, yeah. Yeah, I think the big thing for me, though, is that repo caused my computer to, like, hard crash, like a blue screen crash, so I think that's the big thing that makes me nervous, but you know, hopefully I'll be okay if I just maybe. I don't know if there's, like, mods out there that helps the game run better or not. That's I think that's the thing I'm sort of concerned about. But yeah, I don't know how Lethal Company would run on the computer though. So Lethal Company has low poly graphics and it runs on a potato. I see. All right, that's good to hear then. Maybe one of these days I'll see about getting it. Probably. I might wait until it's on sale though, just to, so I don't like accidentally blow a bunch of money. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep the line art as the brighter color maybe. Well, actually, let's see how it looks with the, yeah, I'm just trying to mess with the add variety here. Okay, yeah, it's like 7%, so it's not really much lighter, but oh well. Yeah, I managed to get this chibi done a lot faster than I thought, so I don't know, maybe I just became stronger or something, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm maybe just gotten a bit faster. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that it runs on a potato just fine. Also, I got like a billion alerts from Discord, so. Also, the ads will be hitting really soon, so. I feel like I should warn you about that. I think I might take another break for about like 2 minutes, or like 2 minutes before the ads hit, so. I just gotta take care of some stuff. I think it's fairly cheap. Yeah, $10 to $20 normally. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just worried about money, so just trying to be a little bit more careful, you know, quote unquote, a little bit, or careful, quote unquote. I think, yeah. Also, I'm just trying to save up for the gardening stuff because gardening can get kind of expensive when you're working on startup, with like the startup cost, but. Okay, also I'm just trying to, sorry, I'm chibi. I gotta get everything in a folder real quick and then I'll just come up with a basic background. Okay. So let me just, oh, please. Okay, not this color. Okay, it's $10 normally, usually 5 to 7 on sale, I see. But yeah, I'll try to look into it when I have the chance, so yeah. But thanks for telling me. Yeah. Admittedly, I also just like it when things are on sale. If that makes any sense. I mean, you probably get it. It's nice when things are cheaper than they were previously. Okay, and just ignore the crunchies. Yeah, I think it took me like a long time to actually get Sunbreak for Monster Hunter Rise, at least on PC, because I just wanted to wait until it was a bit cheaper, and yeah, and just I randomly like found it to be like $5 one day, so yeah, I usually like to wait things out. Okay. Control C. Oops. You know what? I'm just gonna. Nope. Dang it. Sorry, I didn't like how the fill looked on the layer preview because the type of fill tool I was using made it look a lot. Didn't fill in the area under the chibi, so yeah. I'm just gonna make this a bit lighter. This is usually darker than I usually do the background, so I might need to adjust it later, but. Yeah, I'll post this little guy later on at some point. First I should make his little aura real quick, so because he is being a little ghost, he glows. Also well, I gotta get ready to go out for a bit. Good meeting you. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you coming here too. Also, we should play Monster Hunter sometime. Yeah, I'd be open to it. I think I'd have to pop into your Discord so we can potentially talk about it at some point. But yeah, thank you, and I appreciate you being really friendly and chatting with me. But yeah, I hope you have a good day and you're able to take care of whatever you need. But yeah. Alright, actually I'm going to go on my break now. I forgot about it. But yeah, I'll see you Hopefully I'll see you again sometime soon. Alright. Bye. Okay. Just gotta take care of something real quick. Also, I gotta maintain the streak, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully you don't hear anything too much. Please. Okay, come on. Oh, not 0, not 4, 1. It's probably very silly to do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, imagining trying to maintain your stream streak when you're in the middle of your own stream. Okay. Okay, but yeah, I'll be back pretty soon, so just trying to probably just grab myself a little snack and try to eat that. Alright, mic off. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I was like trying to make a big deal, like, oh, I'll make it to the whatever. I'll try to end the stream at like 2:45, and then I'll. Okay, you guys can't hear me. You're behind an owl. Oh my god. Oh boy. Some people might wonder how I function. Well, I don't, so. Okay. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was trying to say, but I just realized you guys can't hear me. Because you're behind an wall, but I was actually, I think I'm going to try and aim for like 2 hours and 45 minutes or 2 hours and 50 minutes. Just, because I'm basically done. I don't know, but I also kind of feel bad about making you guys sit around through a ad break, so. Sorry about that. But yeah. So, I can probably figure out something else to do. But yeah, I can't believe how fast this took. Like, god dang. I think the last chibi I did on the stream took a lot longer than this. Like, took me almost the entire stream. Oh, of course I was probably just being more careful then or something. But yeah, I got myself a protein bar, so... But yeah, I think after, I should probably post this later today. I gotta put the text on, though. So, like, saying, like, thank you for 1K or something like that. Yeah, I haven't even, like, really said anything yet, so... I just feel a little bit, maybe a little bit guilty about that, but usually I wait it out when I hit a milestone. I try to like wait it out a little bit because I just feel like someone's just gonna like leave, so basically I lose the milestone. So yeah, I usually wait. I just wait a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I think everyone kind of just left, so... Okay. Yeah, okay. Unless, like, Twitch isn't counting you. Oh, and I lost a follower, too. Great. Okay. Oh. So be my life. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit of a bummer. Sorry, everyone. Okay. But yeah, so... wondering if I should mess with these a little bit. Okay, sorry. Random torso. Okay. Also, this is a clipping mask for some reason. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'll just mess with some of the anatomy here. Yeah, I definitely could have just waited on continuing my streak. Sorry about that. And I don't know if you guys can actually hear anything. It sounds kind of quiet on my end, so yeah, I'm not just like trying to put their sound on just to make up for my lack of entertainment value. Okay, but yeah. So right now I'm just trying to, as I said, I'm messing with this. Okay, this line should actually be higher up because kind of have that representing the pets. Yeah, I think the anatomy here is just a bit weird. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I was like considering doing like just a little bit of work on that 3D model that I'm working on, but I just kind of I guess changed my mind. He's not wearing any clothes, so I mean I don't think most people would care, but I don't know, sometimes I don't want to get banned if like the Twitch decides that it's inappropriate, so yeah. Yep. Don't want to get cooked, you know? Okay. 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 Alright. So I am just marking out the shoulders. Should mark out where the belt usually goes here. Yeah, this torso is kind of long, I'm going to be honest. Probably because probably wouldn't seem that way if I didn't like move up the pecs a lot, but I don't know, I just felt like the pecs were maybe a little too long. Now it's a little too short. Yeah, I'm cooked tonight, I'll be real. I do need to get this sketch worked on though, so. Because I plan to do work on this tomorrow. Okay. But yeah. Oh, I drew a torso. Okay. I guess I'll just draw the neck and I'll figure out the head later. Yeah, oh hey there, Nakus. Thank you for coming. Sorry you just came in at the very tail end of the stream since I kind of finished my goal right here and food is coming, so I just wanted to like work a little bit longer, but yeah, today's a short stream. It's okay. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, I was actually aiming to finish like 5 minutes, so I'm just working on my, just maybe building up more of these DTYS sketches. So I'm not really big on this one, but DTYIS, you know, I never say the acronym correctly. But since there's not really much going on anyways, how was your day? Hopefully it's been alright. I had a very slow morning for myself, just kind of, I had a hard time getting up. I was very, very cooked. Yeah, I was very cooked yesterday. I ended up sleeping for almost, when I got off work, I basically just slept and then slept some more. Probably was only awake for a few hours after work. Me too, ha ha ha, I see, I see. I was with some friends, oh that's nice. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I guess maybe a little unrelated, but there was one thing I did with yesterday after I was picked up my because my car's down basically. I had my grandma wanted to visit a store that was nearby because she needed a new mop, and she was nice enough to get me one of those there was like it's one of those big box stores, so they had multiple types of stuff, but yeah, she was nice enough to get me a pack of delphinium seeds, so I should have some delphiniums that I can try and grow later today. Yeah, I'm trying to collect my seeds, so yeah, yep. Yeah, I feel like I need to get some more seeds too. I don't want to like wait too long on it, but I'm a little bit worried about the finances, you know, so. But yeah, sorry, I'm like blanking out. Yeah, I need to get more of those broccoli seeds. Cause I think I don't know if I told you or not, but I grew purple broccoli last year, so you'll have a nice looking garden. Thank you. Yeah, I want to have a flower patch this year, so along with the veggie garden. So I'm trying to get some stuff for that. I also want to get a butterfly bush eventually, so. And I was thinking about the roses too. I'm a little bit worried about the roses though. I know that they can be a little bit more intense. Okay, I think I'm just gonna talk for the next few minutes. But yeah. But yeah, thank you. Sorry if I already asked you this, but do you have any special plans for this year in terms of like gardening? Because I know you also do a bit of planting and stuff. Also, sorry if you hear me chewing. I'm eating a little protein bar right now. Okay. So far, no. It's early for now. Yeah. That's fair enough. I just don't want to like buy everything at once because it gets expensive. So yeah, I try to plan ahead a bit more. But I'll try growing some veggies. I see. Yeah, veggies are nice. Yeah, I definitely like growing lettuce and brassicas. So yeah, being able to pick your own lettuce was really nice. I remember buying a variety from the garden center, like a loose leaf variety of lettuce. But I can't really I don't know what it's actually called, so I think they just called it like us. Gave it a basic name, unfortunately. I think maybe peppers and cherry tomatoes. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, it's homegrown peppers are really nice too. Like, I failed on those really badly last year, but like the year before that, I had some potted peppers, and those were like really good. So yeah, I wish you luck on the peppers though. Are you thinking like bell peppers or some other variety? We'll see if the lavender will revive. If not, I'll give it another try. I see, I see. Yeah, that's the thing I remember you planting is that lavender. Because we were talking about that. Like, I kind of want to give it... Yeah, I want to give lavender another chance. I just, you know, I don't have the best history with it. Nah, just the standard red ones. I see, I see. Yeah, so bell peppers, basically. Yeah, the bell peppers are really nice. Actually, I think I kind of prefer the green ones when it comes to the gardening, but I don't know. I just feel like I feel like they tasted pretty good when I had them raw, which I don't know. There's something about the store-bought green peppers that aren't the best with being eaten raw, but yeah. Otherwise, when it comes to cooking, I like the red ones more. But also, I think I'm just going to wrap up the stream tonight, so, you know, thank you everyone for coming, and sorry again to Nakus. We use the red ones for more things, yeah. Yeah, I know that red was my favorite for a long time, so... Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and raid pull it today. I think it's been a little while. Oh, it's okay. Have a nice rest. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'll try to rest up a little bit, and then I'll try to... Sorry, and I'll try to work on my DTYS more, so I actually have something prepared for next week, because definitely not the best about that, I'll be real. Raid. Okay. But yeah. Honestly, I almost didn't raid again, or not raid, but stream again, but this week, because I was worried about the Wi-Fi, but, you know, it came out, or it seemed to be okay today, so... Yeah, there was more issues this morning, so it's like, ugh. Yeah, hopefully it's not too much of an issue. I know that feeling, yeah. Yep. But yeah, hopefully there should be a lot of fun things next week, because next week is my anniversary, so yay! Yes, Chibi was actually meant to help celebrate that a little bit, but yep, I hope I hope everyone here has a good day, and I do plan on streaming on all the usual days, so Tuesday and Friday at 1 p.m, and Wednesday I'll probably stream a bit earlier on Wednesday, but I'm not sure of the time quite yet, but maybe around 5. Yeah, yep. But yeah, so I hope to see you all again, and alright, let's just go ahead and raid.